Making a sound recommendation. Define what a recommendation is. Why do we make recommendations? What are some examples of recommendations that you might make for a client? Define what a recommendation is. Educated advice or suggestion based on information supplied by the client and based on your professional expertise that is offered after having seriously considered all the client's concerns. A method of leading your prospect in the most suitable direction based on their business needs. Your opportunity to prove that you were listening during the probing and fact-finding phase of the client interaction. Why do we make recommendations? It's the beginning of the conclusion to your business meeting. It's like the climax to a good story. Because it is time for you to orchestrate a closing to your business meeting. What are some examples of recommendations that you might make for a client? You would begin by summarizing the highlights of what had been discussed or covered during the business meeting or meetings. Be sure to use the word recommendation and powerful phrasing. Avoid using words like probably or I think. Instead, use words like will or I know. What is the significance of making a recommendation? What should we do when making a recommendation? How does making a recommendation relate to closing the sale? Can you close without one? What is the significance of making a recommendation? It is time for you to bring it all together by tying your products and services to the business needs of the client. It is something that a professional would do. Doctors, lawyers, accountants, financial planners, bankers, police officers, and yes, professional sales representatives make recommendations. I would recommend that you, blank, 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 is a powerful statement when it is based on a solid foundation. What should we do when making a recommendation? Make it flow. This is showtime. Prove you are the professional. Apply the information uncovered during fact-finding to your recommendation. Avoid the temptation to get overly technical or use too many terms that could be meaningless or confusing to your client. If your client is well versed in the product and technical terms and they ask for more information, then by all means give it. However, on the other hand, if they are not, keep things very simple and in layman's terms. If you determine that you are in over your head, back out gracefully and offer to prepare a proposal based on your findings. Your recommendation will likely conclude several different areas, and it will often be necessary to substantiate your reasoning behind each area. It is important at each step of the recommendation to ask the client if they understand or agree with your conclusion. This acknowledgement will save you a great deal of grief when you're attempting to close the sale. How does making a recommendation relate to closing the sale? Can you close without one? Your recommendation could be your closing statement. Yes, you can close without one. People usually do. No objections, but no sale. What if you do not get any specific objections, but you aren't able to finalize the sale? There are typically 5 main reasons or categories that prevent you from being able to close a sale. These reasons are referred to as the 5 P's of selling. Each of the 5 is listed on the following slides, followed by a suggested question that you could ask to uncover the obstacle that is stalling the sale. Price. May I ask, Is it the price that's preventing you from moving forward? Priority. I sense some hesitation on your part to commit. Are there more urgent priorities standing in the way of proceeding? Politics. Would it be forward of me to ask if there are some internal issues that are causing you to hesitate? Personality. Is there something that I may have said or done that has given you reason to doubt my ability to service your needs? Procrastination. This is likely the reason when nothing specific is stated. I respect your desire to hold off. Would you at least be willing to share why you don't wish to move forward at this time? This concludes step number 7 of the learning path. Please click on the green Next button with the white arrow in order to advance to the next step.